Ethan Blackwood, a man who micromanaged every detail from the gleam of his vintage car restorations to the ruthless deals that built his empire, found his meticulously crafted world fracturing one Manhattan night. A missed reservation, a cryptic text, and a flicker of doubt ignited a firestorm of suspicion in his so-called perfect marriage. The deeper he dug, the more chilling the truth became. His life wasn't a partnership, but a high-stakes game, and he was just a pawn. But Ethan Blackwood wasn't one to be played. He thrived on being ahead, always. And now a plan was forming, flawless, calculated, and utterly merciless. When betrayal was measured in millions, walking away wasn't an option. It was time for revenge. Sharp, stylish, and absolute. Ethan Blackwood wiped down the last smear of polish from the '67 Mustang Fastback, stepping back to admire its flawless lines. His hand traced the custom stitching of the leather seats, the gleam of the walnut trim. The air in his Soho workshop hung thick with the scent of oil and wax, a comforting aroma that grounded him. "Mr. Blackwood, the Bentley client is on line 2 again," Mark, his shop foreman, announced from the doorway. Ethan's steel-gray eyes narrowed beneath heavy brows. "Tell him perfection can't be rushed. Another day." Mark nodded, disappearing back into the organized chaos of the shop. No one questioned Ethan's schedule. At 38, he'd built the most sought-after luxury car restoration business in New York, a 6-month waiting list, clients who paid fortunes for his artistry. Perfection, after all, came at a price. A glance at his Patek Philippe, 7:30 p.m. Olivia expected him home by 8. He shrugged on his tailored jacket, nodding to the remaining mechanics, and headed towards his ride, a midnight black Dodge Challenger, its modifications subtle, lethal, the kind only connoisseurs recognized. The 30-minute drive from his industrial space to their Upper East Side townhouse gave him time to shift gears, from the precise world of machines to the unpredictable terrain of his marriage. His phone buzzed, Olivia's name blazing across the screen. "Hey," he answered, his voice softening instinctively. "On my way?" Olivia's voice, always a step ahead, held that familiar edge. "Just left. 30 minutes. Perfect. I booked per se for 8:30. Ethan's brow furrowed. "I thought we were staying in." A pause. "Did I? Must have slipped my mind. Lobster craving, all day." He exhaled slowly. "Fine. I'll swing by the townhouse to change." "No need. Your navy suit's laid out. Meet me there." "Already heading over. Midtown traffic, you know." Something in her tone prickled him, a subtle discord he couldn't quite place. Olivia thrived on shifting plans, redirecting, keeping him off balance. It was her nature, he told himself. "See you at per se." The maitre d', recognizing him instantly, greeted him with practiced warmth. "Mr. Blackwood, Mrs. Blackwood hasn't arrived yet. Would you care to wait at the bar?" Ethan checked his phone. No messages. "Whiskey neat." He loosened his tie, settling onto a leather stool, his gaze sweeping the room. Per se buzzed with Manhattan's elite, CEOs, lawyers, old money, new money, draped in designer threads and effortless cool. Olivia moved through this world like royalty. Ethan, however, often felt more observer than participant. 20 minutes crawled by. He checked his phone again, called Olivia, straight to voicemail. 30 minutes, another whiskey. By 9:15, he'd settled the bill, rising from his seat. The maitre d' hesitated. "Shall I cancel your reservation, sir?" Yes. The drive home was a blur, his mind racing. Traffic? Dead phone? Last-minute emergency at her gallery? But Olivia always found a way to reach him when she wanted to. The townhouse was dark. He unlocked the door, stepping into silence. "Olivia?" Nothing. He moved from room to room, flicking on lights. Their bedroom was exactly as she'd described. His navy suit laid out, meticulously arranged. But her walk-in closet door stood slightly ajar, a few hangers askew. Olivia, the queen of order, would never. He sat on the edge of the bed, called her again. Voicemail. 10:30 p.m. The garage door rumbled open downstairs. Ethan remained in his office, a room Olivia rarely entered. He listened. The distinct click of her heels against marble, the jingle of keys dropped into the crystal dish near the entryway. "Ethan?" Her voice carried through the quiet townhouse. "Are you home?" He stayed silent, listening. The fridge door opened, then closed, the faint clink of a wineglass being set down. Finally, he emerged. Olivia stood in the kitchen, swirling a glass of Sauvignon Blanc. She wore a black dress he didn't recognize, her dark hair cascading over her shoulders in sculpted waves. At 35, she was striking, refined beauty polished by years of effortless charm. "Where were you?" His voice was measured. A flicker in her eyes. Surprise, guilt, vanished, replaced by a breezy smile. "God, you scared me. Out with Amy. Didn't you see my text? Per se was packed, lost our reservation. Tried that new place on Bleecker instead." She swirled her wine, taking a slow sip. "Why are you standing in the dark?" Ethan watched her, her makeup flawless, cheeks slightly flushed. "I never got a text." Olivia's brow furrowed. She set down her glass. "That's strange. I know I sent one." She pulled out her phone, staring at the dead screen. "Guess my battery died. Must be why it didn't go through." Ethan nodded slowly, considering his next move. He could press her, demand to see the text once she charged her phone. But something held him back. Instinct. Years of negotiating deals. "Heading to bed," he said instead. "Early meeting." A fleeting flicker of relief crossed her face, so quick it was almost imperceptible. "I'll be up soon." Lying in bed, Ethan stared at the ceiling. 10 years of marriage, 10 years of trust. They'd met when he was 28 on his way up, though not yet established. Olivia had been working at a Chelsea art gallery, daughter of a Wall Street titan whose fortune had imploded. Her family still had the name, the connections, but not the means to maintain their lifestyle. She'd been drawn to his ambition, his certainty. Ethan had been captivated by her elegance, the effortless way she moved through high society, how doors seemed to open for her as if by magic. They'd fit together seamlessly. He built the foundation, she refined the image. He'd never questioned her, believed what they shared was unbreakable. But now, listening to her quiet movements downstairs, unease settled in his chest. Small inconsistencies in her story. The new dress. The way she'd gently steered him away from coming straight home. He shut his eyes, forcing the thoughts away. One strange evening didn't erase 10 years. Everyone deserved space, even in marriage, even Olivia. 2 nights later, it happened again. Ethan was working late in his office when he heard her voice upstairs. Assumed she was in the bath. He'd heard the water running earlier. But now her voice drifted down the hallway, low, animated. He pushed back from his desk, moving silently toward the stairs. As he approached their bedroom, her words became clearer. "I don't have long," she murmured, her tone light, teasing, a way he hadn't heard directed at him in months. "But I wanted to hear your voice." Ethan froze outside the door, slightly ajar. Through the narrow gap, he saw her at her vanity, phone in hand, a faint smile playing on her lips. "You're impossible," she whispered, a soft laugh escaping. "But yes, I like that too." Ethan pushed the door open. Olivia's head jerked up, her expression shifting in an instant. Without hesitation, she said into the phone, "I have to go, David. Spa plans tomorrow?" She ended the call, placing her phone face down. "Hey, you." She smiled, but it didn't reach her eyes. "Thought you'd be tied up all night." "Who was that?" Ethan kept his voice measured. "Who were you talking to?" Olivia laughed, a quiet, dismissive sound. "Amy. Spa day for the weekend. God knows I need it." She stretched, movements slow, deliberate. "How's the Henderson deal coming along?" Ethan didn't challenge her. Let the topic shift. Let her ramble about the custom Ferrari he was brokering for a tech mogul. But the unease from per se had taken root, deeper now. Later, as she slept, Ethan lay awake. Her phone had a passcode now. It hadn't before. Or if it had, he'd once known it. When had that changed? He couldn't pinpoint the moment. The shifts had been gradual, imperceptible, until now. He considered calling Amy, Olivia's closest friend since college. Ask about the spa day, confirm details. But what would that accomplish? If he was wrong, he'd fracture Olivia's trust. If he was right... Ethan turned onto his side, away from her sleeping form. If he was right, suspicion wasn't enough. He needed proof. Over the following week, Ethan watched, subtly. His entire career built on reading between lines, identifying problems before they escalated. Now, he turned those skills on his own marriage, noticed the differences, changes in her routine he'd never paid attention to, lunches that stretched longer than they should, yoga classes that left her energized, not relaxed, shopping trips that produced few bags but inexplicably dented their joint credit card. Each inconsistency, a single piece of a larger puzzle. He wasn't ready to assemble it yet, but soon he'd have no choice. He held back. Not yet. Instead, he observed. Tuesday, he cut his workday short, citing a killer headache to Mark. But instead of heading home, he parked a few blocks from their townhouse, waited. Precisely 2:15 p.m., Olivia's white Range Rover glided out of the garage. Keeping a discreet distance, he trailed her, ensuring a few cars separated them. She navigated downtown, pulling into the plaza's parking garage. He found a spot across the street, watched. No need to follow her inside. The truth had settled in his gut, cold, immovable. He sat in silence for almost an hour before driving back to the shop. That evening, Olivia returned around 6, arms laden with shopping bags from Fifth Avenue. Quick peck on the cheek, lifted a pair of designer heels from a bag, casually mentioned lunch with Amy at the grill. Ethan responded with the right words, asked the appropriate questions, played the attentive husband. Inside, a slow, numbing frost crept through him. Next morning, he pulled up their financial records. Olivia had always maintained a separate account, inheritance from her family, often claimed it had dwindled. Yet, they shared joint accounts, routinely monitored by Ethan for business purposes. This time, he scrutinized them with renewed focus. Patterns emerged. Lavish dinners for two at upscale restaurants he'd never been to with her. A $400 charge at agent provocateur for lingerie he'd never seen. Charges from hotel bars, specialty wine shops, a weekend stay at a Hudson Valley Inn, dates that coincided with her girls' trip last month. He printed the statements, highlighting each discrepancy, locked them in his desk drawer. Saturday, Olivia announced brunch with Amy. Ethan kissed her goodbye, watched her drive away. Once out of sight, he ascended to their bedroom. Standing in the center, he surveyed the space with the precision of a technician inspecting a machine, searching for deviations. Started with her closet, meticulously combing through her wardrobe. Nothing out of place, until his fingers brushed a garment bag tucked behind a row of dry-cleaned dresses. Inside, 3 unworn dresses, tags still attached. Never worn for him. Moving to her dresser, he sifted through the second drawer, slipping his hand beneath folded cashmere sweaters. Fingertips met soft velvet of a small pouch. Inside, a platinum bracelet gleamed, delicate charm dangling. Not his style, not something he'd ever given her. He pressed on. Vanity drawers contained brand new, high-end makeup she rarely used, a perfume box hidden at the back. He unwrapped it, inhaling cautiously. Floral, with an unmistakable masculine undertone. Not her usual scent. Nightstand revealed nothing. Books, reading glasses, hand cream. But kneeling to check under the bed, a flicker of hesitation stalled him. Olivia's designer handbags lined her closet shelves, off-season pieces stored beneath the bed, zipped in protective cloth covers. Ethan pulled out a few, unzipping each. Most empty. But in a black Prada tote, one she rarely carried, his fingers found an envelope. Slid it open. Deliberate care. Receipt from Swarovski. Not jewelry, as expected. A watch. Rolex. His gaze swept over the customer copy, froze on the personalization note. DK Forever, O. Ethan read the inscription over and over. Price. Nearly $3,000. Insignificant. Money never the issue. But the initials branded themselves into his thoughts. DK. Not E. Not Ethan. Carefully, he refolded the receipt, slipped it back into the envelope, returned everything precisely as he'd found it. Rising, he walked out of the room. He didn't explode, didn't shout, smash anything. Rage, an indulgence he couldn't afford. Clarity, paramount. Downstairs he entered his office, locked the door, added the latest piece of evidence to his growing file, picked up the phone. Davis Investigations. A gruff voice. This is Ethan Blackwood. Measured tone. I need your services. Beat of silence. Recognition. Mr. Blackwood. Davis acknowledged. They'd collaborated before. Background checks on business associates. What can I do for you? Surveillance. Discreet. On my wife. Pause. Understood. When do you want to begin? Immediately. Following week, Davis delivered the initial report. Manila folder thick with photographs, timestamps, locations, a name. David King. Investment banker. 40. Divorced. Engaged to Serena Vance, daughter of Judge Robert Vance. Ethan studied the images. King, calculated elegance, men who spent fortunes on personal trainers and Savile Row suits, wore Rolexes for price tags, not craftsmanship. One photo, King's hand possessively on Olivia's lower back, entering the plaza. Another intimate restaurant, fingers intertwined across the table. Ethan shut the folder, phone again. Everything on David King. Already working on it, Davis replied. Preliminary inquiries suggest financial irregularities within his firm. Investigate further? Without a doubt. Every detail on his fiancée, too. Ethan ended the call. Text from Olivia. Working late tonight. Don't wait up. Replied instantly. No worries. Inventory at the shop. One falsehood balanced another. Their marriage devolved into a calculated game, each move deliberate. But Ethan, always the better strategist. Next morning, Olivia uncharacteristically affectionate. Favorite breakfast? Asked about his night at the shop. Kissed him before Pilates. Guilt? Attempt to restore equilibrium? Ethan accepted it all with casual ease, gaze unreadable, devoid of warmth. Mind already on next step. Afternoon. Davis's encrypted report arrived. Ethan read every word. David King, Senior VP, Vance Capital, handled investments for Manhattan's wealthiest. Engagement to Serena Vance announced months ago in the Times Society pages. Wedding December at the Pierre. But most intriguing revelations weren't personal. Business dealings, damning. Davis uncovered suspicious transactions, client funds funneled through questionable channels, likely covering reckless investment losses. No definitive proof yet, but enough for deeper corruption. Serena Vance, 29, prosecutor, Manhattan District Attorney's Office. Father, Judge Robert Vance, federal bench seat, notorious for harsh sentences on financial criminals. Ethan leaned back, connecting dots. King misappropriating funds, Judge Vance his worst nightmare. Serena, collateral damage, consequences devastating. Thursday evening, sifted through Davis's latest findings, more photos. Olivia and King, lunch at the Modern, shopping on Madison, arriving, leaving the Bowery Hotel, times leaving no room for misinterpretation. Betrayal no longer surprised him, settled in his core, cold that refused to leave. Fuel now. He scrolled contacts, found Damon Vaughn, dialed. 3 rings, smooth voice. Ethan, what's up? Don't tell me trouble with the Aston. Small smile flickered. Previous year, painstakingly restored Damon's vintage DB5. Expensive, museum-worthy. Car's flawless. Something else. Listening. Favor. Table for 2, Friday night, private room. Hesitated. Extra eyes on the main dining floor. Damon's tone shifted, cautious. Special occasion? Something like that. Wife makes reservation under her name, or David King, I want to know. Damon didn't press. Discretion, currency. Consider it done. Anything else? She comes in with King, prime table, visible, not too obvious. Understood. What time? Friday, 7. I'll handle it personally. Appreciate it, Damon. Ended call, sat motionless. Pieces in place. Target step into snare willingly. Evening, Olivia, home gym, trainer discreetly exiting. Polite nod, turned to Olivia. How was your day? Leaning against doorway, wiping sweat. Good, she answered, skin glowing. Productive. Yours? Usual. Thought we should go out tomorrow. Something nice. Been a while. Briefest hesitation, then bright, curated smile. Tomorrow? Can't, babe. Amy and I. Girls' night. Ethan nodded. Answer meaningless. Inside, smirked. Amy, out of town. Casually confirmed, her assistant, choosing anniversary gift for Olivia. Spending lots of time with Amy lately, he remarked, neutral. Issues with Eric? Olivia smoothly explained. You know how he is. Needs support. Watched her craft another lie, effortlessly. Precision of deception, almost impressive. Always this adept? A fair with king, sharpened skill? Perhaps next week, then? Tone composed, unyielding determination in gaze impossible to ignore, turned away. Next morning, Ethan checked in with Damon. Reservation set, Damon confirmed. Under my name, 7:30 sharp. Excellent. Private room secured. One-way glass. They won't suspect. Satisfaction settled deep. Envelope arrived today? Table, before main course? Done, Damon assured. Anything else? One more thing. Guest joining them later. Serena Vance. Table. Got it. Going to be something, isn't it? Lips barely shifted. One way to put it. That evening, finalizing arrangements with attorney, Olivia appeared doorway study. Heading out, announced, lingering longer than necessary. Dress unfamiliar, designer, carefully chosen. Don't wait up, voice light. Barely glanced up. Enjoy your night with the girls. Hesitated. Something in his tone, fleeting doubt, expression unreadable. Moment, turned to leave. Olivia, he called. Stopped, glancing back. Cautious eyes. Give Amy my regards. Brief, strained smile. Of course. It watched through window. Car disappeared down drive. Red taillights fading. Checked watch. Hour remained. Illusion shattered. Destruction firsthand. Bedroom. Selected attire. Charcoal gray suit. Subtly striped. Deep blue tie. Shade. Olivia claimed matched his eyes. Cufflinks. Years ago gift. Finishing touch. Man celebrating, not grieving. Jacket pocket. Envelope rested inside. Sealed. Ready. Divorce papers. Financial records. Hotel receipts. Undeniable proof. Quiet, decisive end. Marriage built on deception. Phone vibrated. Davis. Everything in place. Miss Vance arrives 8:30. Brief reply. Good. Exited townhouse. Last glance. Decade shared moments. Curated life. Now facade. Tonight, no return. Downtown penthouse. Unknown to Olivia. Awaited. Contingency. 6 months prior. Foresight. Drive downtown. Strangely detached. Watching himself distance. Soft jazz. Car speakers. Piece Olivia introduced long ago. Last time listened music together? Arriving private garage beneath the Four Seasons. Access code Damon. Staff member greeted. Service elevator, kitchen, avoid main entrance. Damon met him just beyond. Firm shake. Everything ready? Murmured, leading Ethan's secluded observation room, adjacent dining area. Refined, discreet. Single table, mirrored wall, one-way glass, unimpeded view restaurant floor. Perfect vantage point, dimly lit corner table, crystal glow. Betrayal. Drink while you wait? Damon offered. Whiskey neat. Damon departed. Ethan positioned himself glass, hands clasped. Watch marriage disintegrate. King's downfall unfold. Reckoning. Meticulously arranged. Whiskey arrived. Sipped slowly. Sharp, unshaken clarity. Not revenge. Justice. Correction betrayal. Restoration balance. Precisely 7:28. Soft knock. They're here. Damon quietly. Time. Slight nod. Gaze locked restaurant entrance. Pieces set. Stage prepared. Trap waiting. Another sip. Warmth spreading. Private space. See everything. Unnoticed. Untouched. unfolding wreckage beyond glass. Restaurant pulsed quiet elegance. Waiters, practiced ease, Chicago's elite. Conversations hushed tones, faces flickering candlelight. Delicate performance power, wealth. Ethan's focus unwavering. Table Damon chosen. Moment arrived. Vacant space. Not for long. Soft knock. Damon. Just handed keys to valet. Quietly. Clear view, 2 minutes. Inclined head. Envelope prepared. Personally deliver. Entree orders. King stationed across street, bar. Hostess alert her. Signal. Faint smile. Excellent. Damon studied him briefly. Absolutely certain? Without question? Sharp nod. Damon disappeared. Ethan turned back one-way glass. Eyes fixed restaurant entrance. Exactly 7:32. They arrived. Olivia, dress he'd never seen. Hugged frame. Unmistakable choice. Another man's admiration. Hair swept up, elegant curve neck. Diamonds, not ones he'd given. Trailing behind, David King. Tall, assured, luxury spoke money, not taste. Hand small of Olivia's back. Possessive touch. Jaw tightened. Maitre d' guided them discreet table. King pulled Olivia's chair, whispered something. Laugh. Bright. Musical. Echoed hidden speakers Ethan's suite. Sound once belonged to him. Shall we begin champagne? King's voice carried. Always, Olivia responded. Smile poised, practiced, intimate. Ethan observed clinical detachment. Subtle angle toward King, invisible world. Fleeting glance. King cast plunging neckline dress, assuming unseen. Effortless charm grin, teeth fraction too perfect. Waiter arrived. Menus. King didn't bother looking. Veuve Clicquot. Self-assurance, immediate compliance. Excellent selection, sir. Waiter acknowledged, retreating. King reached for Olivia's hand. Alone. Missed you. 3 days. Teased, no attempt withdraw. 3 days too many. Husband should travel more. Briefest falter Olivia's smile. Let's not bring him up tonight. Flicker, perhaps irritation, King's face. Fine. Did you bring it? Not here, replied, glancing room. Later. Ethan's grip glass tightened. What was it this time? Cash? Sensitive information? Filed question away. Champagne arrived. King grand production sampling, nodding approval, though Ethan knew wouldn't distinguish vintage ordinary bottle. Olivia, however, sipped genuine appreciation. Always impeccable taste, except, seemed, choice men. To us, King toasted, raising glass. To Milan in June, Olivia added, smile unguarded, sincere. Sharp realization. Milan, plans. Trip June. Same month Ethan Dubai, crucial client installation. Timing, not accidental. Anger pulsed beneath surface, tempered restraint. Emotion clouded judgment. Clarity needed. Dinner unfolded seamless rhythm familiarity. Seafood her, steak him, precisely Davis noted. Shared appetizers, her fork sliding his plate. Conversation hushed tones, hands brushing subtle gestures affection. Ethan absorbed every detail. Not self-inflicted suffering. Clean conclusion. No lingering questions. No loose ends. First course cleared, Damon approached table. Mr. King, Mrs. Blackwood, deliberately used Olivia's married name, tensed slightly. King, however, straightened, recognizing him. Damon, King greeted, surprise evident. Pleasant surprise? Priority. Acquainted Chicago's prominent figures, Damon smoothly. Reputation precedes you. King's smile widened, basking acknowledgement. Very kind of you. Taken liberty, selecting rare vintage accompany entrees. Special reserve, distinguished guests. King beamed, gesture. Incredibly generous. Appreciate it. Damon's short nod, stepped away. Ethan glanced watch. 8:10 p.m., right on schedule. King leaned Olivia. See? Recognition you deserve. Kind only I can give. Olivia, slow, deliberate sip champagne. What makes you so sure I don't already have it? Arched eyebrow, King dry laugh. Please. Your husband? Glorified mechanic? Garage expensive toys? Wealth? Sure. But class? Influence? Connections? Never fit this world. But you, Olivia? You were meant for it. My world. Ethan sat silence, watching wife carefully. Stand up for him? Push back King's arrogance? Instead, merely small, indifferent shrug. Ethan has his qualities. Oh? What would those be? King smirked, swirling glass. Blissful ignorance. Man's been dark, 8 months now? Either obsessed with cars to notice or doesn't care what you've been up to. 8 months. Realization hit like sucker punch. Almost full-year deception. Life thought he had. Nothing more carefully constructed illusion. Unraveling eyes. Irrelevant. Olivia smoothly, dismissing subject flick wrist. Once Milan over, I'll tell him. Another sip drink, unbothered infidelity. Claw in prenup, I'll get what I'm owed. Then no sneak around anymore. King frowned, displeased. Still don't understand. Why won't just leave him now? Olivia knowing glance. Because, darling, 10-year mark, settlement doubles. 5 more months, walk away twice the amount. Cold calculation voice, something inside Ethan rigid. Not just betrayal, premeditated. Every move, decision, carefully orchestrated maximum gain. Entrees arrived, momentarily halting conversation. Olivia's lobster, meticulous precision. King's steak, seared perfect medium rare. Resumed meal, Ethan already heard enough. Without word, tapped phone, discreet signal, Damon. As King, Olivia first bites, Damon returned, waiter trailing behind, freshly chilled bottle. As promised, Damon smoothly, sommelier began pouring 2008 Petrus. Trust this meets expectations. King nodded approvingly. Quite the gesture. Wine poured. Damon discreetly placed cream envelope beside Olivia's plate. This was left for you, Mrs. Blackwood. Olivia, mid-laugh something King said, hesitated. For me? Picked up envelope, frowning. Who would leave me something here? Damon, courteous smile, turned away. Ethan leaned in, observing. Olivia turned envelope hands. What is it? King asked, cutting steak. Don't know. Olivia slid manicured nail beneath flap, unfolding papers inside. Eyes moved first lines, shift immediate, color drained face. Hands began shake, breath caught. Olivia? King noticed change, voice edged concern. What is it? Her voice barely audible. It's from Ethan. King stiffened. Your husband? What does he want? Didn't answer right away. Clutched Paper's chest, face frozen shock. Divorce papers, finally murmured. He knows. King set utensils, posture stiffening. Impossible. How could he? Olivia said nothing. Eyes darted pages, flipping frantically. Lips moved soundlessly, processing evidence. He has pictures, she breathed, voice rising slightly. Hotel receipts, bank transfers, breathing erratic. He has everything. King's jaw clenched. Let me see that. Reached for documents. Brief hesitation. Olivia handed over. Expression darkened, skimming pages. This is nothing. Quickly, lack conviction voice telling. So what if he has pictures dinner? Talk our way out of that. Look, page 3. Olivia brittle voice. King flipped page, quiet curse. Images undeniable, intimate, explicit. Peninsula Hotel, no explaining away. This doesn't change anything, King insisted, handing papers back. So, files divorce, you get settlement, we move forward. Olivia shook head. That's just it. Pointed, highlighted section. Prenup, fidelity clause. With this proof, I get nothing. King frowned, absorbing words. Nothing? Can't be right. Has to be. There isn't, Olivia snapped. I signed it. Proves infidelity. Walk away exactly what I came marriage with. Sharp, bitter laugh. And that, darling, nothing. King stared, realization dawning. Ethan had won. King reclined chair, absorbing revelation. Complication, certainly. Not insurmountable. Find way through. Across from him, Olivia, frozen. Expression disbelief. Devastation. Complication? She echoed, voice brittle. David, my marriage about to collapse. Weight words pressed down, cutting off more she might added. Reached wine, fingers unsteady, deep sip, setting glass deliberate care. We need to leave, under breath, gathering scattered documents, stuffing envelope trembling hands. King frowned. Dinner's not finished. I don't give damn about dinner. Sharp tone drew glances nearby tables. Lowering voice, leaned in. We have to go now. King sighed, irritation flickering face. Motion check. Disruption evening, annoyance. Didn't argue further. Waited. Olivia another long gulp wine. Suddenly choked, coughing violently, face flushed red. King barely reacted, absently patting back. Focus approaching waiter. Check, please. But person arrived table, wasn't waiter. Ethan. Approach measured, deliberate. Presence alone. Commanded attention. Unspoken ripple through restaurant. Conversations faltered. Hush fell. Everyone instinctively understood something significant unfold. Olivia spotted him first. Coughing ceased instantly, body rigid. Envelope divorce papers quivered grasp. King, sensing shift, followed gaze, stiffened. Surprise flickered face, masked air-forced nonchalance. Ethan stood before them, perfectly tailored suit. Didn't look auto shop owner. Looked someone owned entire industries. Everything all right, sweetheart? Ethan's voice smooth, cold steel beneath, no doubt casual visit. Olivia fumbled words. Ethan, I... Didn't acknowledge her. Piercing gaze fixed King, shifted uneasily seat, struggling maintain composure. How's the steak, King? Ethan asked, tone almost conversational. Hope worth it? King cleared throat, straightening. Look, man, I don't know what you think. Punch landed before sentence finished. Precise, devastating blow. King crashed against table, knocking glasses, plates shattering. Blood spurted nose, head snapped back. Collective gasp swept restaurant. Olivia shrieked. King slumped forward, sprawled table, blood seeping pristine white tablecloth. Wine splashed Olivia's lap, staining dress deep crimson. Expensive Petrus toppled, contents spilling marble floor. Jesus! Olivia shot feet, voice trembling shock. Ethan, what the hell are you doing? Ethan turned her, expression unsettlingly composed. Violence inflicted, nothing more inconvenient necessity. Exactly what needed to be done. King groaned, pushing upright, blood dripping designer shirt, swiped nose napkin, voice thick pain. You're out of your damn mind! Spat. I'll sue you for every cent you have. Ethan chuckled, low, mirthless sound. Don't think you're any position make threats, King. Restaurant staff hesitated, edges seen, security uncertain proceed upscale venue, especially man presence radiated absolute control. Kitchen entrance, Damon motionless, no effort intervene. Ethan barely spared glance. Adjusted cuffs jacket, almost lazy precision, leaned King, napkin now soaked blood. By the way, Ethan murmured, voice quiet, carrying stunned silence. Does your fiancé know about this? King froze. What? Slow, knowing smile curved Ethan's lips. Oh, yeah. Didn't think I'd check? Pulled phone pocket, tapping screen. Serena Vance, daughter Judge Robert Vance. She's outside. Olivia's head whipped around face King, fresh betrayal cutting through chaos. You told me you weren't seeing anyone else! King's gaze darted Olivia, Ethan, panic creeping expression. I don't know what he's talking about, stammered. He's lying. Ethan arched brow. Am I? Turned phone toward them, display message screen. Ready when you are. Without another word, typed brief response, slipped phone pocket. Let's clear this up, shall we? Restaurant doors swung open. Scattered murmurs fell silent. Serena Vance stepped inside. Quiet authority, honed years courtrooms, upper echelon society. Sleek navy dress, sophistication. Every detail appearance, impeccable chignon securing dark hair, spoke someone understood worth. Not come games. Advanced table, sharp gaze absorbing chaos. Drinks spilled linen. Crimson-stained tablecloth. Ruin King's face. Smudged makeup emphasizing battered state. Feeble attempt stand, legs faltering beneath him. Serena, he rasped, once commanding presence, little more ghost itself. This isn't... She interrupted, tone unnervingly even. Isn't you sharing romantic dinner someone else while engaged me? Isn't you carrying on affair better part year? Gaze flicked Ethan. Appreciate documents, Mr. Blackwood. Coolly. Illuminating. King coughed, struggling process outrage. You had no right. That was private. Oh, like my father's confidential client records you've been siphoning personal gain? Serena cut in smoothly. Offshore accounts you've been discreetly stashing funds? King's already pallid face lost color. Lips parted protest, Serena no opportunity. Spare me excuses, continued icily. Father already contacted Financial Crimes Division. Very interested recent banking history. Across table, Olivia remained conspicuously silent, turned King, alarm dawning expression.
"What is she talking about?"
demanded. "What did you do?"
"Nothing,"
King blurted, desperation creeping voice.
"This is all misunderstanding. Serena, baby, listen to me."
"She means nothing," Olivia snapped, head toward him. Unbelievable. Indignation momentarily eclipsing fear. King groaned. "You know that's not what I meant." Impatiently, "Attention, Serena." "This is just business, Serena." Serena exhaled short, humorless laugh. "Interesting how we define nothing so differently," slipping engagement ring finger. Diamond glinted dim lighting, catching last shimmer, held up. 8 months of nothing. Hotel rooms full of nothing. Texts overflowing nothing. Let ring fall, tiny metal band clinking remains shattered glass table. "We're through. Sincerely hope company weathers fraud investigation my father just launched." King slumped chair, weight downfall pressing heavily. "Serena, please, you can't do this. Your father—" "My father," Serena, voice cool, deliberate, "is beyond furious. Not just parent, federal judge who nearly welcomed financial criminal family. Should be far more concerned SEC than me." Turned Olivia, whose knuckles gone white gripping purse. "Don't know you," Serena said. "But imagine we have something common. Terrible judgment men. At least you didn't almost marry him." Pivoted, strode away, leaving Wreckage Man underestimated her. Ethan observed departure. Turned attention remained. King slouched forward, wreckage meal, broken nose, crumbling empire. Olivia, frozen, watching perfect evening, perfect affair, perfect exit strategy, fall apart. Finally, spoke, voice quieter before. "Ethan, we need to talk. I can explain. This isn't what it looks like." Met her gaze, familiar flicker calculation behind tear-brimmed eyes. Even now, adjusting, recalibrating, searching way manipulate situation advantage. "No," he said simply. "Nothing left discuss. Everything right here, front of us." Gestured divorce papers, pages now streaked wine. "Fresh set waiting home, sign them. Terms, not up negotiation." "You can't just erase decade without even talking about it," she pleaded, reaching arm. Ethan stepped back, evading touch. "I'm not one who erased it." King, struggling recover dignity, tried once more. "Listen, Mitchell," began, blood trickling nose. "No reason this get out of hand. We're all adults. We're done," Ethan said, voice devoid emotion. "If I were you, I'd be far more concerned Judge Vance than about me." Leaned slightly. "Though if I were you, I'd be worried about both." King's expression darkened fear. "Are you threatening me?" Ethan straightened. "Not threat, just friendly advice." Gaze drifted Olivia, carefully blotting Corner's eyes, ensuring not single tear-smudged makeup. "Enjoy your evening." Tone cold. "Last one you'll ever spend my dime." Without another word, turned, strode out restaurant, past silent staring patrons, crisp New York night. Behind him, heard Olivia call his name once. Never looked back. Nothing left say. Outside, valet stepped forward, keys hand. Ethan waved him away. Chose walk, pressing generous tip valet's hand, stepping brisk night air. Coolness relief, washing away stifling tension clung to him all evening. No clear destination, simply moved forward, allowing wait night settle over him. Adrenaline confrontation begun ebb, leaving stark inevitability. 10 years marriage, reduced single, irreversible moment. Not by his doing, Olivia's repeated betrayals, King, whose schemes unraveling. Phone vibrated pocket. Message, Damon. King contacted her father restaurant. Carter attempted slip away. Blocked. 2 men suit stationed exit. Courteous, composed, unyielding. Ethan's lips twitched faint smirk. Judge Vance wasted no time. King undoubtedly already feeling Impact financial indiscretions, perhaps more acutely romantic ones. Another alert. Attorney. Documents finalized Monday. Townhouse no longer her name. Belongings moved penthouse. Brief acknowledgement. Slipped phone back pocket. Everything falling neatly place. Life built Olivia. Finished. Ensured she wouldn't profit collapse. Prenuptial agreement hold, lawyer assured him. Evidence against her irrefutable. Walk away exactly what brought marriage. Nothing. King? Trouble's only beginning. White-collar investigations drag on. Judge Vance involved. Gain momentum quickly. Between legal scrutiny, public disgrace, Kevin Carter's days New York numbered. Ethan hailed cab. The plaza, instructed. Not usual preference, tonight called something different. Tomorrow, step new life. Tonight, allow moment. Quiet room, well-made bed. Space reflect what lost, what secured. Car pulled away, gaze flicked restaurant entrance side mirror. Olivia stood beneath awning, poised, directionless. Despite Prada dress, immaculate makeup, King nowhere seen. Ethan turned eyes forward. Didn't look back. Suite at the plaza. Sprawling view Manhattan skyline. City's lights gleaming early morning darkness. Stood window, hands clasped, watching world stir. Sleep eluded him. Spent night making calls, sending emails, ensuring every peace plan dismantle marriage motion. Phone rang. Michael Drayson, attorney, wasted no words. It's done. All joint accounts frozen, 5 minutes ago. Credit cards canceled. Locks townhouse changed midnight per request. Security codes. Reset. Garage, gate, alarm. Everything good? Ethan's eyes tracked plane descending toward LaGuardia, blinking lights carving sky. Has she reached out? Not yet, but just past 5 a.m. She'll call before 7. Slight nod, confirming himself. Papers, non-negotiable terms, everything prepared. Brief pause. Are you absolutely sure about this? 10 years long time. I'm sure. Voice no hesitation. She had 8 months reconsider. Made her choice. Drayson exhaled. Understood. I'll update you when she contacts me. Ethan ended call, turned back view. Decade unraveled mere hours. Should felt heavier, profound. Instead, only steady, unshaken resolve. Olivia's betrayals, not just infidelity. Deliberate, calculated attempts manipulate him financially. No forgiveness. 6:47 a.m. Phone rang again. Olivia's name glowed screen. Let ring 4 times, answering. Yes? Where are you? Her voice tight, underlying panic barely contained. Just got home. Key doesn't work. Alarm code changed. You already know why, Ethan replied evenly. Divorce papers spell it out. Ethan, we need to talk about this. Tone softened, slipping coaxing warmth always used get her way.
Last night was the end, interrupted. Everything needed said, already been said. You can't just lock me out of my own home. Controlled facade cracked, anger sharpening words. It's not your home anymore. Voice calm, absolute. Check deed, my name alone. Silence. Sharp inhale. My clothes are in there, my jewelry, my personal things. You can't legally keep me from my property. Ethan met anger impassive gaze. No desire keep anything rightfully belongs you. Voice steady. Lawyer arrange supervised pickup, collect personal items. Everything obtained shared finances, remains house, accounts nearly everything. Olivia's composure began crack. What am I supposed to do? Where am I supposed to go? No longer my concern, evenly. You've had lover 8 months. Assume he can accommodate you. Sharp, hollow laugh. David isn't answering my calls. No one is. What did you do? Nothing at all, truthfully. Judge Vance, other hand. This is madness, interrupted, voice rising. You can't just erase me from your life overnight. We're married. Not for much longer. Ethan, finality tone. Attorney handle arrangements, belongings. Until then, do not attempt enter property. Security system programmed notify law enforcement. Ethan, please! Ended call mid-protest. Immediately blocked number. Resolved. Called Mark shop. Won't be coming in today. Handle Mendoza delivery. Push meetings later week. Mark hesitated. Everything all right, boss? It will be. Taking personal day. Hanging up, Ethan ordered breakfast room service. Waiting, accessed financial accounts, systematically removing Olivia every joint account, investment, asset, mutual authorization. Placed holds. Meal arrived. Olivia Blackwood financially erased life. 8 silence. Reviewing email Drayson. Divorce. Evidence indisputable. Prenuptial agreement ironclad. Olivia resist. Lose. Phone rang again. Unfamiliar number. Answered. Mr. Blackwood? Refined female voice. Karen Hopkins. Represent your wife matter. Miss Hopkins. Acknowledged. Figured someone reach out eventually. Attorney Michael Drayson handle all communications. Unfortunately won't be possible just yet, replied professionally firm. Actions this morning qualify unlawful eviction, financial coercion. Client requires immediate access residence, accounts. Served with divorce papers. Ethan responded coolly. Documents explicitly outline separation terms per prenuptial agreement, voluntarily signed. Finances, own accounts, empty. You're well aware. Hopkins countered. Mrs. Blackwood. Ethan, voice turning cold. Entitled precisely what prenup dictates. Cases infidelity, leaves what brought marriage. Agreement signed under duress, won't stand court. Furthermore, allegations infidelity require proof. Short, humorless laugh. Check email, Miss Hopkins. Drayson sent comprehensive evidence file hour ago. Hotel records, financial statements, photographs, text messages. 8 months detailed documentation. Prenup, video footage signing it. Enthusiastic, fully aware terms. Pause stretched. I'll review materials, follow up. Do that. Ethan flatly. Miss Hopkins. Client admitted affair recording last night. Confessed waiting 10-year mark before filing. Maximize financial gain. Suggest factoring that strategy. Ending call, long shower. Dressing fresh clothes. Assistant delivered hotel. Summoned car. Headed penthouse. Property originally purchased investment. Never expecting sanctuary. Week. Operated autopilot. Long days shop. Evenings penthouse. Meetings Drayson. Reinforce legal stance. Olivia, expected, fought back. 3 different attorneys reached out. Increasingly desperate settlement proposals. Each time, Ethan's response same. Terms non-negotiable. 10 days after confrontation restaurant. Received text Davis. Interesting development. Carter's firm under SEC investigation. Vance moved fast. Ethan smirked. King's troubles only beginning. Afternoon. Authorized supervised pickup. Olivia collect personal belongings. Made certain nowhere near townhouse when arrived. Later, Drayson reported back. Attempted take artwork, furniture. Security intervened. Left clothes, jewelry, personal effects. Made quite spectacle. As expected, Ethan replied, hint emotion. 3 weeks after filing, met court first time. Olivia traded designer wardrobe conservative navy suit, makeup subdued, hair neatly pulled back. Carefully curated image dignified wronged wife. Wouldn't be enough. Wronged wife. Ethan sat silence beside Drayson, face unreadable. Klein, Olivia's attorney, delivered fervent argument. Decried supposed unfairness. Prenuptial agreement. Abrupt manner Ethan's decision. Alleged manipulation evidence. Drayson spoke, words measured, unrelenting. Financial records exposed Olivia's lavish expenditures on King. Hotel statements outlined discreet rendezvous. Collection photos established irrefutable timeline affair. Final piece damning proof, audio recording. Olivia's voice, detailing plan endure marriage 10-year mark. Before walking away, significant settlement. Judge Wilson, composed woman's 60s, absorbed every word, betraying ounce emotion. Both sides concluded arguments, removed glasses, fixed Olivia's steady gaze. Mrs. Blackwood, thoroughly examined, presented evidence, legal arguments, prenuptial agreement, valid, enforceable. Clearly dictates event infidelity, guilty party forfeits claim shared assets, departs only what originally brought marriage. Olivia leaned in, whispering frantically. Klein rose quickly interject. Your Honor, client seeks alimony, based length marriage, standard living maintained. Judge Wilson shook head. Terms prenuptial agreement explicitly waive alimony cases adultery. Client signed voluntarily, independent legal representation time. Klein pushed forward. But, Your Honor... Counselor, Judge Wilson cut in firmly. Brief silence. Continued. Let me unequivocal. Client unfaithful. Contract holds. Leave what originally possessed, which, according financial disclosures, amounts nothing. Olivia's face drained color. Klein last desperate plea. Your Honor, no financial provision granted. Client left nothing. Judge Wilson replied coolly. Direct consequence Mrs. Blackwood's own choices. Not something court responsibility amend. Mr. Blackwood met all legal obligations. Case concluded. Sharp rap gavel, hearing adjourned. Judge Wilson stepped down bench. Ethan remained still, gaze meeting Olivia's across courtroom. Expression fluctuated disbelief, fury. Own face, unreadable. Long moment, gathered things, exited. Klein trailing haste. Well, went smoother than anticipated, Drayson commented, packing briefcase. Justice official when chooses be, Ethan remarked, standing. Are we done here? Just final paperwork. Divorce finalized 30 days. Ethan adjusted suit jacket. Good. Send invoice. Without glance backward, strode out courtroom, just left restaurant 3 weeks prior. Another chapter closed, another betrayal behind him. Outside, swarm reporters clamored information, eager feed New York's insatiable appetite scandal. Ethan ignored them, stepping swiftly. Waiting car. "Where to, Mr. Blackwood?" driver inquired. Ethan glanced watch. "The shop. I have work to do."
2 months after confrontation restaurant, Ethan sat office, poring over quarterly reports. Business thriving. Funneled frustration work, securing high-profile contracts, expanding firms' reach beyond New York. Engrossed spreadsheet, knock-door interrupted concentration. Mark stood entrance. "Someone here see you. Says urgent." "Who?" Ethan asked, without looking up. "Serena Vance." That got his attention. Ethan leaned back chair, intrigued. "Let her in." Serena entered. Same composed air carried during brief meeting restaurant. Charcoal gray pantsuit, dark hair, sleek ponytail, minimal accessories. Projected sharp efficiency seasoned prosecutor. "Mr. Blackwood," greeted, extending hand. "Thank you making time such short notice." Ethan shook hand, gestured seat. "What brings you here, Miss Vance?" Settled chair, placing polished leather portfolio lap. "Thought you might appreciate update Kevin Carter." Ethan kept expression neutral. Can't say he's been mined, though curiosity flickered beneath surface. "Well, certainly been radar several government agencies." Knowing smirk. "SEC, FBI, U.S. Attorney's Office." Ethan raised eyebrow. "That's serious." "Worse." Serena opened portfolio, slid newspaper clipping across desk. "This ran financial section yesterday." Ethan scanned headline. "Carter Financial Group under federal investigation for fraud, money laundering. Father made sure case received top priority," Serena continued. "Initial investigations confirmed Kevin orchestrating modified Ponzi scheme, using fresh investments cover failures, reckless deals. Collapsed, resorted siphoning money established accounts." Ethan studied article. "Investors pulling money?" Serena nodded. "Firm crumbling. 80% client base abandoned them past 6 weeks. Final 20% lingered. Salvage whatever scraps remained. Kevin, however, beyond saving. Name poisoned. Reputation unsalvageable. No one finance would touch him. Accounts locked down, investigation continued. Foreclosure loomed, luxury condo." Hesitated, proceeding. "Tried flea country last week. Caught him LaGuardia." Ethan leaned back chair, studying her. "Why are you telling me this?" Serena held gaze, unwavering. "Because you deserve know what he did you. What they both did, beyond forgiveness." "No argument there," Ethan said. "Doesn't explain why you came tell me person." For first time, unshakable composure cracked, if slightly. "Because I know what it's like, witness justice served. Kevin disgraced both us. Watching him fall, it's closure." Ethan nodded slowly, understood sentiment all too well. "There's more," Serena added, withdrawing another document portfolio. "Thought this might interest you." Slid paper across desk. Ethan picked up, immediately recognized lease agreement. One name stood out. Olivia Blackwood. "Where did you get this?" asked, scanning details. "Office prosecuting her landlord-tenant violations. Surfaced during discovery." Serena's expression unreadable. Figured address might be illuminating. Ethan's eyes skimmed location. Modest apartment, struggling neighborhood. Stark contrast Upper East Side townhouse once shared him.
set paper down. Not interested keeping tabs on her. Of course not, Serena smoothly. Think confirmation universe has way balancing scales. Gathering documents stood. One last thing. Kevin came me last week, begged help, promised make amends. Thought you should know. Ethan remained unreadable. And what did you tell him? Serena smirked. Focus bargaining prosecutors. Their only ones matter now. How much time looking at? 15 to 20 years. After she left, Ethan sat silence. No satisfaction King's downfall. No pleasure Olivia's descent. Only knowledge actions had consequences. Betrayal demanded price. Later day, attorney called. Thought you'd want hear this, Drayson said. Carter's lawyer reached out. Wants negotiate. Ethan frowned. Negotiate what? Claims have information about Olivia, something hidden money. Ethan considered this. And what does he expect return? Statement feds. Wants you confirm transparent business dealings you. Wants appear cooperative, lessen sentence. Not interested. Ethan flatly. That's what I told them, Drayson replied. Just keeping you informed. Call ended. Ethan returned work. Kevin Carter, Olivia Blackwood, no longer concern. Made choices. Live results. As winter gripped New York, Kevin's legal downfall dominated financial circles. Reports collapse spread like wildfire. SEC investigation expanded, pulling tax evasion, wire fraud charges. Civil suits mounted. Former allies distanced themselves. Even legal team abandoned him unpaid fees. Ethan followed developments detached curiosity, someone watching storm safe distance. Expected, inevitable, natural correction. January. Months after last confrontation, Kevin Carter pled guilty multiple federal charges. Plea deal headlines, forfeiture assets, full cooperation investigators, recommended 12-year sentence. Same day story broke. Unexpected message arrived Ethan's office. Handwritten note. You won. He lost everything. I hope that makes you happy. Ethan read once, methodically fed shredder. Nothing respond. Never been victory, defeat, accountability. That evening, working late, Mark stepped office, placed freshly printed business magazine desk. Cover bore Kevin Carter's face, bold headline. The fall of a financial predator. Thought you'd want to see this, Mark said. Ethan glanced magazine, pushed aside. I've seen enough. Mark hesitated doorway. Boss, can I ask you something? Go ahead. Are you okay with everything happened? Ethan looked up, momentarily caught off guard. I'm fine, Mark. Why wouldn't I be? Mark hesitated. You've been working non-stop, no breaks, no time off. Work keeps me focused, Ethan replied. Noting concern, Mark's eyes added, but I appreciate you asking. Mark left. Ethan picked up magazine, flipped feature article. Meticulously traced Kevin's rapid ascent, catastrophic fall grace. Damning revelations investigation, severe sentencing loomed. Near conclusion, brief mention Olivia surfaced. Carter's world collapsed both career, personal life. High-profile engagement prosecutor Serena Vance spectacularly imploded. After affair, Olivia Blackwood. Wife, luxury automobile tycoon Ethan Blackwood, exposed. Scandal left Olivia, nothing. Unyielding prenuptial agreement ensured, walked away without dime after divorce. Now spent days working sales associate boutique Fifth Avenue.
Ethan closed magazine quiet snap. Olivia, own way, found way land feet. Always did. Beauty, innate charisma, continued open doors, even if not quite as grand ones, once effortlessly stepped through. Kevin, fate sealed. Lengthy federal prison sentence awaited. At least decade, if not more. Once unassailable reputation. Ruin. Career. Shambles. Man long taken whatever wanted, believing untouchable, finally met consequence never thought would come. Ethan pushed magazine aside, returned focus work. Past settled. What mattered now? Future. 6 months passed since fateful night velvet table. Winter loosened grip New York, giving way vibrancy spring. City hummed renewed energy, streets alive, people shedding heavy coats, lighter fabrics. Time, Ethan rebuilt not just personal life, business too. Blackwood restorations thrived, expanding adjacent space, accommodate increasing demand. Hired 3 additional mechanics, project manager, meticulous restorations now booked out next 8 months. Evening, Ethan, Four Seasons Restaurant, exclusive members-only club, perched atop historic building, unobstructed view. New York skyline, vast stretch Hudson River. Entry strictly invitation only. Clientele carefully curated selection city's elite. Seated bar, nursed glass Yamazaki 18, savoring rare moment solitude. Divorce long finalized. Kevin Carter begun serving 12-year sentence federal prison Colorado. Scandal once dominated every conversation, faded, replaced fresher Gossip City's power brokers. "Is this seat taken?" Familiar voice cut through thoughts. Ethan turned, Serena Vance standing beside him, as effortlessly poised ever, sleek black dress, dark curls swept back, practiced ease. "Go ahead." Mildly surprised see her there. Serena slid onto stool, setting small clutch bar. "Manhattan," instructed bartender. "Neat." Sat silence. Drink arrived. Ethan hadn't seen Serena since restaurant. Closer, King. Loyalties seemingly aligned him. "Didn't expect run into you here." Noted. "Member years," Serena replied, measured sip scotch. "Waited until you were alone before approaching." Ethan raised eyebrow. "Why approach at all?" Turned face him fully. "To apologize." Expression remained unreadable. "Should have told you," admitted. "Knew what Kevin doing. But you didn't." "No." Exhaled slowly. "Olivia and I friends since college. Thought loyalty belonged her." Brief pause. "Wrong." "Why tell me this now?" "Because guilt exhausting." Serena faint smile. "You deserve truth." Small nod, acknowledgement, not forgiveness. "How's she getting by?" "Selling designer fashion 5th Avenue. Dating plastic surgeon, no clue her past." Serena replied, swirling amber liquid glass. "Never mentions you." "Good." Serena studied him closely. "You look different." "How so?" "Can't quite pinpoint it. Lighter, maybe." Despite himself, a loud, small, genuine smile. Perhaps first months. "That's what freedom feels like." Regarded him thoughtfully. "Was it worth it? Public confrontation, scandal?" "Never about spectacle," Ethan said. "Justice, making sure betrayal had consequences." Took another sip whiskey. "Would I change how happened?" Shook head slightly. "No." Serena quiet laugh. "Olivia always said you valued loyalty above everything else." Wasn't wrong. Sat silence, watching city lights shimmer beyond vast windows.
Ethan held no resentment, Serena.
Allegiance. Olivia, misplaced, but understandable. History. Heard your business growing, Serena remarked moment. It is. Second location opens LA next quarter. Impressive. You're moving forward. That's only way, Ethan remarked. Evening unfolded, conversation meandered topics art exhibitions, city developments, mutual acquaintances, effortless, devoid tension, untainted ulterior motives, no hidden agendas, carefully veiled pretense. Serena eventually rose leave, hesitated briefly.
For what it's worth, I think you handled everything remarkable, Grace. Most wouldn't managed as well. Inclined head acknowledgement. Take care, Serena. You too, Ethan. Disappeared night. Ethan signaled another drink. Gaze drifting city skyline. This his kingdom. Place carved out empire. Suffered losses once thought irreparable. Rebuild it all again, stronger than before. Thoughts flickered Olivia, picturing methodically arranging